Okay, announcements. Buenas noches. Si alguien necesita traducción en español, tenemos a la señora Martínez detrás que pueda traducir. Gracias. Adoption of the regular agenda. Do we have a motion to adopt the regular agenda?
Second.
So motion by Dr. Wee, second by Gomez. Are there any comments or discussion from the board? Okay, roll call vote. Ms. Bruno?
Aye.
Ms. Costanza?
Aye.
Ms. Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss? And myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Presentations. E.O. Green Junior High School, Mr. Sanchez.
Good evening. I am Mr. Sanchez, the principal of E.O. Green Junior High School. I want to begin by thanking the governing school board, the executive cabinet, our families, and the community members for the opportunity to lead the incredible school within the Wainuni Elementary School District. Much like the vision of our district, Green, we want to start by focusing on supporting the whole child. We understand that students are making a significant transition, leaving elementary school, where they have spent their entire academic careers, to finding their new home here at Green. And some of our student supports includes Where Everyone Belongs, or our web program. This isn't just a transitional program. It provides mentorships with check-ins throughout the year. This effort is led by Ms. Thorpe and Ms. Cherasnowski, making sure that students throughout the entire year feel connected during their 6th grade year. We also have grade level counselors. We have Mrs. Alvarez-Rice, Mrs. Banuelos, and Mrs. Castañon. They provide supports in a variety of ways, from lessons in the classroom to facilitating restorative conversations. And as hardworking as they are, currently they are working right now. We are also positioned right next to the CB Naval Base. We are proud to serve our military-connected students. We have been recognized by the state of California as a Purple Star school. We provide wraparound services, including send-offs and transitional support as families deploy and move to new locations. We also are fortunate enough to have a wellness center where students have a space where they can take a break or engage in lunch activities. We also are reaping the benefits of having the Shine After School program, which is led by Ms. Aipa, and at our school, who's led by Mrs. Lopez and Mrs. Andres, that provide a plethora of opportunities after school for students to engage in. Because at school, we want students to achieve not only academic, but also socially. And as pictured, we have our web leaders there, our 8th grade students, coming in during the summer to receive training as well as welcoming our 6th graders. And to further our student supports, we are also a recipient of the California Community Schools, which also furthers our connection with our community. So here are our grade level counselors, Mrs. Alvarez-Rice, and as you can note, she has a lot of information when it comes to student self-referrals. So she has empowered our students to also advocate for themselves when it comes to their social emotional needs. We have Ms. Banuelos as well. With her classroom lessons, we can see that students are learning to respect not only themselves but also others when they are here at Green. Ms. Castañon, who also highlighted the different types of student visits that students utilize her for in order to be supported at E.O. Green. We have this data from our Hive Wellness Center, which is facilitated, which is led by Ms. Rios, our wellness clinician. As you can see, we had 7,550 student visits. She does a phenomenal job of also doing reach out. She has transitioned from Wellness Wednesdays to Fun Fridays in efforts to get outside of the hive and provide activities on the blacktop so that all can engage in those wellness activities. We also have our goodbyes that are housed in the aforementioned military connected students, where we have them have a send-off. We also have our care closet, where we also have 23 peers, which have been fortunate enough to have training at VCOE in order to support the efforts here at Green. With that being said, with the student supports being in place, now students can focus on student achievement, on the learning. And our teachers have done a phenomenal job of being open to change, being open to taking risks. We have students who are benefiting from our teachers in the way of our call training, our dual language collaboration, not only with Dr. Amador Langster, who comes in and helps out, but also our very own Dr. Mosqueda, who comes in and provides lessons for our teachers so that they have further support, and those teachers are able to allow her into their teaching spaces to provide feedback. We have targeted academic vocabulary for students so they can access the tests and other textbooks and academic claims they may need. We progress monitoring using Ames Web. We're fortunate and we have resourced our acceleration teacher. We have utilized IXL school-wide. We have a multi-language learning support teacher who has helped out our newcomers and ELD students. We have teachers who also benefit from the professional development of making math meaningful and a new science curriculum, Open Science Ed. So our teachers have a lot on their plate. They're managing this well. And with our next slide, you can see our CAPS results from 2024, 2025. We have 28% who met or exceeded our ELA. In the realm of ELA, we have 15.8 who met or exceeded our math criteria. So we're going to move fast forward to our next slide. Science is only tested in our 8th grade classrooms. From last year, we had 10% who met or exceeded, and that substantial gain of 6% from this last school year, which shows you the hard work and dedication our teachers take in making sure our students are prepared for these type of exams. And over the last 3 years, we've seen 2 exciting trends. We've analyzed the 3-year growth, and we're seeing two trends when it comes to our ELA in math. On the left-hand side, you see the 3-year proficiency growth. That is the growth between those students who are making the met or exceeded standard. As you notice, over the 3-year trend, each of those brackets have raised 3% from 2023 to 2025. But also recognize that we're also raising the floor, meaning those who have scored when the standards not met have actually decreased as well at a 5% rate. So that means what the instruction that's happening in the classroom is impacting those scores.
I noticed that on the right side, the 23-24 year is missing. Can you tell me why? See, on the left side, it shows all the years.
That must have been something that must have been the formatting portion that I pushed over. I can include that. I can send that to you, Dr. Weiss. Okay.
Thanks.
And with our data showing improvement over the last 3 years, we have also, with our work of our community schools coordinator, have also have our culturally enriched, cultural celebrations such as Dia de los Muertos, where some of our students were able to make their altars. We also had our mariachi performing. We also had a Take a Vet to School Day. We also celebrate student recognition with attendance, behavior, and academics, where they participate in games, have performances. We are also currently working on hosting a Black History Month event coming this February, similar to other culture-rich events that we host at Green. This work, we also have our spelling bee, and we had a judge who helped us out. And this work is led by the direction of the board and the superintendent and the executive cabinet. But it's executed on the ground with the hardworking administrative team of Mr. Coway, our 6th grade assistant principal, Dr. Mosqueda, our 7th grade assistant principal, and Mr. Covarrubias, our 8th grade principal. And I also want to highlight that our school is also participating in other community events, such as the Lions Club fundraiser performance. So we're trying to be more of a community-based entity as well. And with that, that is my presentation of the wonderful things we're doing at Green. When you take we can then focus on achievement. Thank you. Any questions?
As usual, I always have questions. You had one of your slides was about the professional development that you had for
Correct.
teachers. Can you go back to that slide?
Sure. Yes.
Right there. So about what percentage of staff have participated in each of these things?
I would have to look at the numbers to
Get
get
a
an
sense, though,
accurate.
just in general? Is it half of your teachers, a quarter of your teachers, all of your teachers?
I know all of our teachers are called, trained.
Okay, good.
The percentage of open science ed, I believe all of our science teachers have been trained. And making math meaningful, I would have to check. So it's a large percentage because those are specific to those particular grade levels and subject matters.
And then, is that an option for teachers to take those? Or is it something-
Those were provided by professional development days through the district that offered those buyback days.
So everybody gets those days, so everybody's involved in some.
Correct. There's something that you do for all.
One more question. Yes. Okay, so back to your slide on the 24-25 CAST results.
Yes, sir.
So I was looking at your data on scale score growth in mathematics. And it's the same across the whole district. We have fairly low math scores. Your greatest growth in mathematics is between 6th grade and 7th grade. And then you don't get the same growth at 8th grade, but overall you're getting a 21% growth. What do you attribute that to?
The collaborative efforts of our teachers. We're in the infancy of rolling out a collaborative learning walks where teachers are going to be supported by our administrative staff, where we are going to sub out teachers where they can look into other teachers' classrooms and see what works, what they are doing in their classrooms, so that will elicit those other strategies that come in.
So it's a real focus across the math department. In English language arts, you have an interesting phenomenon. I know in 6th grade you don't have the same number of kids that you have in 7th grade, but the 6th grade students actually scored higher than the 7th grade students overall. But then by 8th grade, they made a huge jump. Tell me what's going on there that's working.
Well, you also see the standards change significantly between 6th grade and 7th and 8th grade, much like you see in the high school level. There are a bunch of other skills that they need to master before they can achieve it as mastery with those 7th and 8th grades. And we're definitely looking at those numbers as well to see how we can bridge that gap.
So you're making 33 points gain from the 7th to the 8th grade, and the average in the state is only 15 points. So whatever you're doing there, it's really working.
I would love to be able to take credit for that, but I'm telling you, it's happening in the classroom. The sense of belonging and just the gratitude of being able to be at this particular school within this particular district. We have some of the hardest working teachers around, and it's evident by the data that you see. And I also want to say how much of a collaborative entity this district is and how special it is. Ms. Costanza even reached out to us and provided us an opportunity to go to Pepperdine University to take 60 of our students to go see a play in Pepperdine, which also sparked one of our teachers to reach out to UCSD now. And we're trying to facilitate some type of writing field trip to UCSD as well. So this is really a collaborative effort. It's all boots on the ground. It's a lot of hard work. It's not easy, but I think we're moving in the right direction.
The reason I bring these things to your attention is that when you use this kind of chart with so many students that have crossed a certain line, you don't really get a sense of the overall growth. When you use scale scores, you really see the great growth you're making, which means you're bringing up some students at the bottom that even may not pass a certain line. So to me, it's really important to communicate to your any of the teachers that teach English language arts content that they're really doing something very special in the 8th grade that is really showing up on these assessments. They may not show up as much here because these are across all of those. But to look at this data, though, it really should be very reinforcing. You should be getting some sort of an award for that kind of growth between 7th and 8th grade. So please let them know that. And also consider Cal State Channel Islands as a place to visit. Just down the block.
We'll be waiting for the invite.
A lot less expensive.
Thank you for your time.
Communications, 5.1, oral communications. Do we have any general speakers? Okay, no general speakers. CSEA, Mr. Ayala or representative.
Hello, everyone. Currently going on in CSA, we recently elected a new e-board. We've got new site reps for our sites, and we've had several sessions of negotiations with our successor with the district, which was going well. And February 18th is our next chapter meeting. So, thank you.
HEA, Mr. Gomez or representative.
Good evening. Coming up, we have, in February, we're going to start negotiations with the district. We also have next week coming up for the 3rd through 8th graders, CAS practice testing, which is always fun. We just sent out midterms on last Friday. We're halfway through the second trimester. And next week, we'll hit the 100th day of school on the 4th. So there's a lot of activities happening around the school. So if you guys are out and about, teachers love to see you around the campus. So make yourselves, be available. Thank you.
Item 5.2, written communications.
I would like to submit 2 items for written communication. The first item is a letter from Dr. Cesar Morales, Ventura County Superintendent of Schools, informing the district that the Ventura County Office of Education has reviewed our encouraged district's positive certification. The second item is a letter from the district's auditors, NIGRO and NIGRO, notifying us that they have completed the audit of the district's financial statements for Measure B and Measure C.
Thank you.
I believe the letter just informed us that completed the audit. And Ms. Marshall, did they comment on any findings?
No. There were no findings for the bond measures or for the financial audit that we will see in a few minutes. So, approval of board minutes. Item 6.1, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of December 15, 2025. Do we have a motion to approve? Approve. Motion by Constanza and second by Bruno. Okay. Are there any comments or discussion from the board? No? Roll call vote. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss? And myself? Aye. Motion passes 5-0. Adoption of the consent agenda. Are there any requests from the board, staff, or audience to remove an item or transfer it from the consent agenda to the action agenda? Do we have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Okay, motion by Gomez, second by Dr. Weiss. Roll call vote. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss? Myself? Aye. Motion passes 5-0. Business services. Item 8.1, acceptance of 2024-2025 audit report. Ms. Marshall.
Good evening, governing board members. I want to take this opportunity to introduce Mr. Peter Glenn a partner and certified public accountant from the audit firm of Nigro and Nigro. Mr. Glenn will present an overview of our June 30th, 2025 audit report. The audit report is also posted on the Hueneme Elementary School District website under the Business Services page, and it is recommended that the governing board accept the June 30th, 2025 audit report. And so now it is Mr. Peter Glenn's turn to present his report.
Good evening, members of the board, superintendent, and cabinet. Thank you for allowing me to speak at the board meeting tonight to go over the results of your 2025 audit report. So the audit report covers the period of July 1, 2024 to June 30th of 2025. The audit process takes several months. Our audit cycle usually runs February through about November, and then we issue the report in December. So we did that this past year, issuing the report in December of 2025, and meeting the state's deadline of December 15th. The audit report has been filed with the state controller, the CDE, and also through the federal clearinghouse as is required. The purpose of the audit, I'm sure you're very familiar, but I'll just briefly go over that. But the primary purpose of the audit is to express an opinion on the financial statements themselves, and we do this by giving it an opinion on whether the financial statements are fairly stated. So basically what we're doing there is we're verifying the balances and the transactions that occurred during the fiscal year, so that at the end of the audit, which would be the June 30, 2025 date, those balances are verified, so that when you kind of roll forward and look at your 25-26 and your first interim report, you can do that with confidence, knowing that those balances and transactions have been independently verified. So that's a purpose that's served there. Another purpose of the audit is to assess your internal controls over financial reporting, so we did that. And also to express opinions on state and federal compliance, to see if the district is in compliance with key areas that the state selects out of education code and feels they're important to test. There are about 30 or so areas that the state wants us to look at, and it varies based on the type of district, the size of the district. So in your case, you're an elementary school district, so you have different state areas that we're going to look at. So we looked at about 30 different areas there. And for the federal side, we look at major programs on rotation every year, that those programs rotate. So this year we looked at Title I. So we wanted to point out that out of all those compliance areas, we did not find any deficiencies when it came to compliance or internal controls. There were no significant deficiencies and no material weaknesses that we are bringing to the district's attention. And so that is obviously something to be proud of, I think. Our opinion on the report is an unmodified opinion, so that's a clean opinion on the financial statements. And as far as changes year over year, the prior year, the district had 2 findings, which are at the very back of the report. And we do go back and look at these areas every year. So prior year, there was a transitional kindergarten finding for the ratio, and also there was a school accountability report card finding for the failure to match up the facility inspection tool to the school accountability report card. So pleased to say that both of those areas were implemented and corrected, so they do not appear as findings this year, but they are mentioned in the back of the report as being implemented. So that is a rather quick overview of our audit and our lack of findings, really, our conclusions, if you will, with the report. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to address those.
Thank you for your report. I appreciate you covering the lack of findings and also going back to last year's findings to make us realize that those have been taken care of. So thank you for that. I only have one problem with your report, and that was on page 77. I could not read the print. Can somebody bring that up? I'm trying to get it on my own computer. It's running late. Running slow. Here we go. Wait a minute. 76, 77. Yeah. It's very small print, and it is prior audit findings. You mentioned them, but I just couldn't read them. Are they visible to everybody else? They're very small.
I'm sorry, I'm going to try to repeat what I think I heard. The printing on page 77 is small.
There you go. No, I can see it now. I just made it bigger. Thank you. No problem.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know some of our pages do have a lot of information and are a little on the small side, so I can appreciate it.
I just had to expand it to make it visible. Thank you. Thank you for your report.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Glenn.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Good night.
Do we have a motion to accept?
I'll move to accept.
Second.
Bruno, and second who? Constanza. Okay, roll call. Bruno,
Aye.
Constanza,
Aye.
Gomez,
Aye.
Dr. Weiss,
Aye.
and myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Item 8.2, authorization to publish calls for bids for kitchen hood upgrade at Larson Elementary. Mr. Ragsdale.
This item seeks board authorization to publish a call for bids to modernize the food service facilities at Larson School. The project focuses on replacing the current kitchen hood with an appropriately sized unit to ensure the facility meets modern operational and health code requirements. The recommendation is to authorize staff to begin the formal bid process immediately. Once the bid process is complete, a recommendation will be brought before the board to award the contract to the selected bidder.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Dr. Weiss, second by Bruno. Gomez. Okay, roll call vote. Bruno,
Aye.
Constanza,
Aye.
Gomez,
Aye.
Dr. Weiss.
Aye, you don't have to call me doctor.
It's only right. Okay, and myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Educational services. Item 9.1, quarterly report on Williams uniform complaints. Dr. Molina. And welcome to your first meeting.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. This is a routine quarterly report on the Williams uniform complaints. And for the period starting between October 1st through December 31st, the district reported no formal complaints received in any of the monitored categories.
Good report.
Policies. Item 10.1, acceptance and first reading of proposed policy revisions. Mr. Ragsdale.
Tonight I'm bringing forward Board Policy 1445, Response to Immigration Enforcement for first reading. This is a new policy required under Assembly Bill 495, which mandates that districts update their policies by March 1st, 2026, using language equivalent to the CSPA model policy and the California Attorney General's guidance on maintaining safe and secure learning environments. The policy incorporates and updates material that previously existed in Board Policy and Administrative Regulation 5145.13 and clearly defines the district's responsibilities when responding to immigration enforcement requests. It outlines what district staff are prohibited from doing related to student, family, and employee information. Access to non-public areas in district transportation and the use of district data, while also reaffirming that staff may not obstruct lawful enforcement actions. Board Policy 1445 further reaffirms that students will not be denied equal access or subjected to discrimination, harassment, or intimidation based on actual or perceived immigration status. And it establishes required notifications, reporting to the governing board, and complaint procedures. This policy ensures that the district can respond appropriately, lawfully, and consistently while maintaining a safe and welcoming environment for all students. I'm presenting it tonight for first reading. If you have any suggestions or proposed changes or clarifications, please reach out to Cynthia before the next board meeting when it will be brought forth for second reading.
Do we have a motion to accept?
I'll move to accept. And also, this is so fast. I just got an email a couple of days ago about this from CSBA, so you're on top of it.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to give the credit to Dr. Walker. She knew that there was a timeline on getting this before the board, and so that's why it's included in tonight's agenda.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Bruno, second by Luis. Roll call, Bruno?
Can we have a discussion?
Oh, yes. Any discussion or comments from the board?
Yeah, I didn't find it in this, and if I didn't see it, please direct me to it. But with what's going on in Minnesota right now, can we have something in our policy that would say we have the authority to bring in Oxnard Police or Fort Winnie Police? Because you use the word lawful, and what we see going on in Minnesota right now is really unlawful. 2 people have been killed, and that should not happen for ICE enforcement. And I think our police department would do a much better job of protecting the citizens of this area if we get them engaged with us, if we have ICE agents coming to our schools. So I hope there's something in there that gives our principals the authority to do that, to protect our children and our families.
I think that's probably a reasonable addition to the policy that would, if you do have suggestions, contact Dr. Walker.
Okay.
And I do, if I recall, I reviewed the policy, and I believe they're referring to bench warrants or not administrative warrants. I believe that's actually called out in the policy.
I understand that, and that's usually pretty clear. What I'm concerned about is unlawful behavior, drawing guns when there is no true threat, and the fact that 2 citizens have been killed in the last 2 weeks. We need to do more to protect our residents here. So I'll write something to the top of the law. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so roll call. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza? Aye. Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Luis?
I to acceptance.
Okay. And then myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Monthly reports and advanced planning. 11.1 trustee reports. Ms. Bruno.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Ms. Constanza?
Nothing to report.
Okay. Ms. Gomez?
I can't think of anything either, except I'm very happy that we have the acceptance of security for this policy. Like Ms. Bruno said, very, very quickly. I appreciate that, but expect that from our board. I really do, and from our district. The only other thing that I could think of is I enrolled my girls in TPA, and it was very easy, helpful process. And I look forward to having 3 kiddos in our district next year.
Thank you very much.
That's covered.
Okay. Dr. Luis?
Nothing to.
Okay, and myself, I just attended the Spelling Bee at Hathaway. I was very impressed by the students, not because they can spell words, but because a lot of the times when they did misspell a word, they would still stand there with courage and redo it even though they knew they were disqualified. So I think that takes a lot, and it shows that they're very resilient and that they're very brave. So I really had a good time, and that was it for myself. So 11.2 superintendent report.
Yeah, on behalf of Dr. Walker, I'd like to welcome Dr. Molinar to our executive cabinet team, and we're excited to have her up here for her first meeting this evening. So, welcome.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure being here. I think we were talking about, I think it's possibly a month that I've been here, and I've had a chance to visit some school sites with Dr. Walker, visited some of our professional learning opportunities, and really it is just inspiring and amazing to just see the commitment of our staff to our students and the community. So I'm very happy to be here. I feel honored and look forward to this journey with everyone. So thank you.
Item 11.3, suggested future agenda items. Dr. Luis, go ahead.
I haven't heard yet. When is the policy on cell phone use going to come to us? Do you have any idea? Daisy, I'm asking you.
It should be coming up for the next meeting, next month, yes.
Good, thank you very much. There's a lot of stuff being published on cell phone policies, right?
Yeah, it'll be first review next week.
Read everything, yeah.
So, we will now go into closed session at 6:36 to discuss labor negotiations, a public employee matter, a student matter, and existing litigation. Thank you.